What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Dead Letter Circus. Yes, indeed, how about that? Dead Letter Circus making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Skin Spy, and Skin Spy wanted to see me react to this song by Dead Letter Circus called Here We Divide. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Dead Letter Circus TV, all one word, no spaces, I'm not even kidding. And the video has 220,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Dead Letter Circus, Here We Divide. Perfect. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay. Gotta say, I'm liking everything I'm hearing. Okay, I want to be very clear on that. I have absolutely no complaints about anything I've heard yet. Chord progression, really nice, very pleasing to the ear, very smooth. Melodic lines on top, very nice. What's happening within the vocals obviously carrying the main melodic line. Interestingly, no harmonic lines, which I'm finding for me, because most of the songs I hear usually have harmonic lines in there somewhere. This has none. It's kind of, it kind of gives me the feeling, and I know this is going to sound weird, but for those of you who have ever found yourself in a completely isolated room, soundproof, completely devoid of sound, it's a little unnerving, isn't it? It's not to the point where it drives you crazy. It's not to the point where, it doesn't give you anxiety. It doesn't make you panic, but it definitely makes you feel disconnected, right? Have you ever been in one of those, or like an isolation room or isolation chamber? This kind of gives me that feeling when I'm not hearing any harmonic lines or counter melodic lines. It's just, there's the chordal progression and there's the main melodic line, and that's it. It's a little weird, but it's okay. It's not bad. I'm not complaining. I'm not taking anything away from the song. I'm saying for me, it's a little disconnecting. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it still sounds good. It still feels good. Musicianship all sounds really nice. I'm going to give a special shout out to the drummer, who's really finding some very creative ways to use that snare. In particular, when we go into the halftime feel, which we've done quite a bit of. It's been double time and halftime. There's been no straight time. The usage of the snare in the halftime, you hear the snare on 3 every single time. Snare on 3, and then like he'll do a snare hit on the end of 4, and then the end of like 1, and coming back in for the next measure. And he's hitting it in other places as well, but that's just one example. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and it just stuff like that, man. It's just, he's being very creative with the snare hits, but you can tell it's halftime because you can bank on him hitting on 3 every time. And then he goes into the double time with the snare on the downbeats, and that's very straight. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nicely done. I love how he is taking those liberties with the halftime feel. It just feels really, it feels good. And this is going to sound really weird. It's not regimented. It's just, it's kind of free flowing. But there is, like I said, you can bank on him hitting on 3 on the snare. Maybe not every measure, but at least every other measure, the snare hit on 3. And it comes after a delay between the last hit and that downbeat of 3. There's always that gap to signify halftime. I like it. I really like what the drummer's doing on this. I'm sorry, but I think the drumming is stealing the show. That's just how I personally feel. Not taking anything away from the guitar or the bass, or I believe there's keyboards. Not taking anything away from the vocals, but I personally feel the drummer is absolutely stealing the spotlight on this one. Nice. I like it. I like it. I love that breakdown section where it just kicked in. Whew, that was nice. Everything got very aggressive. Everything turned up. Everything got super tight. Yeah. I dug it. I dug this. This was fun to listen to. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Dead Letter Circus with Here We Divide. This was a request from Skin Spy. Okay, I got a score, and I'm not sure. This may be a short review. This may be a long review. I'm not really 100% sure how this one's going to go. We're going to have to just kind of get on board and see where the tides take us with this one. So let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.3. What does that mean? Well, an 8.3 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great song. It would also translate out to 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.3, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Man, this was a great song. It really was. The usage of lack of a harmonic line throughout the entire song. If I'm not gonna lie to you, folks. I'm gonna be honest. It felt a little disconnecting. It made me feel a little uneasy, but not in the way that gave me any type of anxiety or made me dislike this. No, as a matter of fact, it kind of twisted me a little bit into liking it even more. That's weird, man. But because I usually don't hear a song without any harmonic line anywhere within the song. That was a little strange. Usually, even the simplest of songs at some point have a harmonic line somewhere, and didn't have one. We did have at one point a counter melodic line happening within the guitar and the vocals working against each other, but that was it. That was it. There was no harmonizing lines at all. That was a little strange, but it added to the appeal of the song. This song, to me, now I could be wrong. I would have to ask the members of Dead Letter Circus if this is the case or not. This song felt to me like it was constructed completely around what the drummer was doing. The drummer really felt like the star of the show here to me. Everything seemed to revolve around what the drummer was doing. The song did not feel like it evolved around a particular riff or a particular melodic line or a particular progression that happened within the guitars or within the keyboards or within the vocals. Everything about this song seemed to be in orbit around the gravitational force, which was the drums. I'm not sure if that is really how they wrote the song or how they arranged it, but I'd be really curious to know if that is how it was done, because it just felt like everything revolved around the drums, the rhythmic patterns, the subdivision work, obviously the breakdown as far as, are we in straight? We were in straight time during that breakdown section. We went into straight time. Make no mistake about that. But prior to that section, though, it was all halftime and all double time. But whenever we would shift, obviously the drummer's gonna be the one that leads the charge on that. But guitars and bass and keyboards don't always, keep pace. A lot of the times when drummers switch into a halftime, guitars and bass in particular will keep doing their 16th note pattern or their 8th note pattern that they've been doing during the double time section. So they don't have to follow suit. They don't. It's up to the drums to set, what type of a feel we're in. And in this case, every time, guitar, bass, and keyboard would follow suit. They would change what they were playing from a rhythmic standpoint to fit the motif of what's happening within the drum, the feel that the drummer is setting up. So this is one of the key reasons why I feel like everything was revolving around the drums. Even the vocal delivery felt like it was revolving around the drums. I mean, that to me is really unusual, but it sounded good. Everything about this song was pleasing to the ear. I particularly like that breakdown section where everything kicked up. And you know this, I'm sure you saw it on my face. I could feel myself really starting to groove on that section, man, because it was, the aggression really kicked in when that section kicked up. Vocals went up, guitar and keyboard and bass got louder and more aggressive. Drumming got more aggressive. I mean, everything just got more aggressive in some way, shape, or form. And I dug it. I really dug that breakdown section. I almost went back. I almost went back. I was so tempted to. I'm kind of kicking myself for not now because some of you probably have no idea the section I'm talking about, but most of you I'm sure do. Kind of wish I had gone back, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back on my own and listen to this. I promise you. When I'm done filming today, I'm gonna go back and listen to this song. It is gonna go on playlists, absolutely. Driving around town, long drives, yeah, absolutely. It's a little over the place for the gym. I can't really see using this at the gym, but driving around town, yeah. I was even contemplating putting this on my background noise playlist, but I'm gonna decide against that one. I'm not gonna put it on that playlist because if I do put it on my background noise playlist, I'm not gonna get any work done. I'm gonna be too busy grooving out to the song and rocking out to the song, and that's not gonna be very productive, is it? So no, I'm not putting it on that playlist. But the driving around town, long drive playlist, yeah, those two for sure. This is driving music without question. Now I dug everything about the song. I have absolutely no complaints about it. Not the most impressive song I've ever heard, but it was definitely different, and it was definitely unique in a lot of respects. So that's why I'm giving it the great score of 8.3. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.3, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.